Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video ever. I'm Charlotte, I'm 19 years old and I've been doing crochet for 6 years now and sewing for almost a year, I think. So I thought that was the perfect timing to create my own YouTube channel to help people out with some tutorials or just for you to follow my life as a 19-year-old crocheter. You might notice that I have a little accent or that I mispronounce some words sometimes. It's because I'm not a native English speaker. I'm from Belgium, I speak French, so that's why. I'm so sorry. For my first video ever, I didn't want just to introduce myself to you guys because I thought that was going to be a bit boring. So this first video is going to be a tutorial, the tutorial of these kind of hats that I've been seeing on Pinterest all the time. If you don't want to buy it in fast fashion, you can just create it yourself. So to start your crochet hat, of course, you will need some yarn. I'm using this yarn, it's the Rainbow 84 from Hobbii 100% cotton. I really recommend you to use cotton yarn because it's much lighter for the summer and it will be so much better, trust me. Of course, you will need a hook. I'm using a 4mm hook because you can see that it's a pretty normal size of thread, but of course you can just adapt the size of your crochet hook to your yarn. You will also need a needle just like this. I'm using this kind of needle. You will also need scissors, but like that's it. So let's go and follow me for the tutorial. To start the hat, we're gonna do a magic ring. To do a magic ring, it's just very simple. You take your yarn on your two first fingers just like this. Make a little cross, turn your fingers, take your hook, go under the first thread, grab the other one, turn, and then grab your yarn and make a chain one. So here's your magic ring. Once your magic ring is done, you're gonna crochet 3 chain up. So to chain up, you go under your thread just like this. 1, 2, and 3. Just like this, you have your first 3 chains. And then we're gonna do 17 double crochets into the magic ring. To do a double crochet, you yarn over, go into the magic ring, yarn over, go through, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops, yarn over, go through the last 2 loops. So that's how you do a double crochet. I'm gonna do one more just to show you guys and then we'll meet at the end of the round. So yarn over, go into the magic ring, yarn over, go through, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops, yarn over, go through the last 2 loops. So here you have a chain 3 and 2 double crochets. I'll do my 17 double crochets and I'll meet you at the end. So once you're done with your 17 double crochets and your chain 3, you're gonna grab this thread and pull it and it will just close your magic ring, just like this. Here we go. Then we're gonna do a slip stitch on the top chain of our 3 chain up. So I'm slip stitching into the top chain. To do a slip stitch, you go through the loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. So here we go, we have closed our magic ring. We're gonna do chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This chain 4 counts as our first double crochet plus chain 1. So now we're gonna start with double crochets, chain 1 all the way around. So to do a double crochet, it's just like before. We yarn over and we go through the second loop right there. So you yarn over, go through both loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So here's our first double crochet. We are now going to chain 1 and we're going to do a double crochet in the next space right there. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So here I made the 4 chains up, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. We're gonna chain 1 and do another double crochet in the next space right there. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And just like before, we're gonna chain 1 and do a double crochet in the next space, and we're gonna do that all the way around until there. So here I finished with all my double crochets, chain 1, and we're gonna slip stitch in the 3rd chain of our chain 4. So the 3rd chain is right there, go through and slip stitch. Now we're gonna chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this count as our first double crochet, chain 2. So now we're gonna double crochet into the next space right there, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now we're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're gonna do a double crochet in the next double crochet right there, yarn over, go through, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. We're gonna chain 2 again and do a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2 again, and we're gonna do this pattern all the way around. Okay, so I finished around with a chain 2, and now we're going to slip stitch in the 3rd chain of our chain 5 from the start. Here's the 3rd chain, and we slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna do a double crochet in the same space where we started our chain 3. So a double crochet in the same space right there. So that makes a chain 3 and a double crochet. The first chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. We're now going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're gonna do 2 double crochets in the same stitch right there. Double crochet in this stitch. My first double crochet, and we need to do 1 more. So here we go, I did my 2 double crochets in the same space. We're gonna chain 2 and do the exact same thing in the next stitch. So 2 double crochets right there. One and 2. Then we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and we're gonna do 2 double crochets in the same stitch all the way around. So I'm gonna show you one last time. You do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then you do a second double crochet in the same stitch, and then you chain 2. And that's the pattern you will follow all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So once you're done with your 2 double crochets, chain 2 all the way around, you go and slip stitch in the 3rd chain of our chain 3 from the start. So go and slip stitch, and then we're gonna slip stitch in the first double crochet right there. So you insert your hook in the first double crochet and just slip stitch. Now we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch right there. So 1 double crochet in the stitch right here, and then another double crochet in the same space. Here I have my chain 3 and my 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Then you're gonna do chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're gonna do 3 double crochets in the space between those 2 double crochets from the round before. So just right there, between the 2 double crochets, you do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets. So here I have my 3 double crochets between the 2 double crochets from the round before. Then you're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and you're gonna do the exact same thing between those 2 stitches. So yarn over and do your double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Here you go. Then chain 2 and do the exact same thing in the next 2 stitches. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and we're gonna do this all the way around. I finished my rounds of 3 double crochets between those 2 double crochets from the round before. So now we're gonna slip stitch on the 3rd chain of our chain 3 from the start. Go and slip stitch. Once you did your slip stitch in the top chain of your chain 3, you're gonna go and slip stitch in the 1st double crochet. So go and slip stitch. So this round is kind of similar to the previous one because we're gonna chain 3, 2, and 3, and we're gonna do 3 double crochets in the middle stitch, so right where we just did our slip stitch. So double crochet, 1, and then another double crochet in the same stitch. So here you go, I did my chain 3 and then my 2 double crochets in the same stitch, which is in the top of my double crochet from the previous row. So here I did that. So now we're gonna chain 3. That's just what changes from the previous row. So I did my chain 3, and then I'm gonna do my 3 double crochets in the top of this double crochet, so in the middle one, just right there. So yarn over and go through this one right here, so in the middle one, and we're gonna do 3 double crochet in that same space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3 double crochets in the same stitch. We're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna do the same thing in the next stitches. So on the top of our double crochet right there in the middle one, we're gonna do 3 double crochets. So yarn over and do your double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. I did my 3 double crochets in the middle one right there. We're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna do the same thing in the next one. So 3 double crochets in this stitch right there. 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna chain 3. We're gonna repeat the same pattern all the way around. Okay, so once you have finished with this round, you should have around 15 or 16 centimeters. So now we're gonna repeat this round for 6 more. So you should have a total of 7 rounds. You might do one less than 6, so you might do 5 more. It really depends on the size of your thread. For example, this one I did 6 more, but for this one I did 5 more because the size of this thread was bigger than this one. So it really depends, and I just recommend you to try it on and to see if it fits or if it needs one more round or one less. So now that you have seen how we do this round, I'm gonna continue for 6 more rounds and I'll meet you at the end of these 6 rounds. Okay, so I finished all my 7 rows of 3 double crochets, chain 3. So I'm gonna close this with a slip stitch in the 3rd chain, as always. So slip stitch like this. We're going to slip stitch in the 1st double crochet right here. And then we're going to do the same rounds as the one before the 3 double crochets, chain 3. So it's gonna be 3 double crochets and chain 2. So here I did my slip stitch and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch right here. So 1 and 2 and the same one. And then we're going to chain 2 this time, 1 and 2, and we're going to do 3 double crochets in the middle stitch right here. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're gonna do the same thing. So 3 double crochets in the middle one, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and we're gonna repeat that all the way around. Okay, so I'm done with my 3 double crochets, chain 2. I'm gonna close that round with a slip stitch. Here we go. Now we're going to do the finish row, just like this. So we're going to slip stitch in the 1st double crochet, slip stitch, and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do 4 double crochets in the same space. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 double crochets and chain 3. the first chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, so that's a total of 5 double crochet. Once we have done that, we're going to slip stitch in the 2 chain space here. So we go under and we just slip stitch, and that's our first petal. Then we're going to do 5 double crochets in the middle one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here I've done my 5 double crochets in the middle one, and we're going to slip stitch in the 2 chain space right here. So slip stitch, and here we go. That's how we're gonna do this stitch right there. So 5 double crochets in the middle one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then slip stitch in the space right there. Go under and slip stitch. We're gonna do that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm doing the last stitches with my 5 double crochets. 3, 4, and 5, and I'm gonna slip stitch in this space right there. And to finish the hat, we're just gonna slip stitch on the top of our chain. So just like we did before, a simple slip stitch, and here we go, it's closed. So to finish off, you're going to chain 1, grab your scissors, and cut the yarn, and then pull through. Now we're gonna use the needle to fasten off and to weave the ends in the hat. So we grab our yarn, put it into the needle, and then I'm just gonna go through some stitches to hide the tail. So I'm going like right there, and I just pull it like this. Here we go. And then you just cut the rest of it. So you take your scissors and cut it as close as you can. Here you go. We also need to hide the tail of our magic ring. So, and then right here, I just go all the way around. So I put my needle under the stitches like this and just tied it, you see, and there's no hole. I just continue for a few stitches. I go under just to secure everything. What I like to do when I hide this tail is I go through the stitches just like before, and I don't put it until the end. I just leave a loop like this. I go through with my needle, and then here you have a little space. You just grab it like this, and then you pull your tail just like that, and that just makes you a little knot. And I think that it's more secure. As you can see, there is a little knot right there. Now you can just cut the rest. And so here you go, you have your own hat for the summer. I just love it. I think it's trendy and so cute. You can block it if you want. I personally do it. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I personally iron it because it's cotton, so there's no risk with fire and all of that. So I'm gonna show you that. Okay, so I blocked it and here's our final result. I just love it. I think that's so cute. And I made it in so many colors. I made it in black with little glitters. I don't know if you can see it. I made it in blue with also some glitters. I made it in gold, pink, and white. Let's just try it on to see if it fits perfectly. I don't have the best hair now, so I don't think that will look the best, but that's cute either way. It looks so cute for the summer. You can totally style it with so many outfits. So yeah. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video. I really had so much fun doing it for my first video ever. I hope you will like it and that my tutorial was clear enough for you to understand me. And so don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and maybe on my Vinted if you want to. So I'll see you next time for another tutorial, vlog, or just to show you my life as a 19-year-old crocheter. Bye! See you soon!